Amy Medford with Medford Knife and Tool, another shipment for Jake at Pip's Knives. He's got some super sexy, delicious stuff going on. Let's see what we have. I wanted to hone in on a couple in particular, but I'm going to show some of the more standard. Although this is, I would call standard in configuration, it is our newest Smooth Criminal button lock with the S35 Tumbled blade. There already are a couple generations of the first batches coming through. The laser engraving you'll see is slightly different on the spring, and it might look a little bit different as far as the coloration, but all equally as functional and awesome in tightness, tolerance, swing, center up, everything that Medford Knife and Tool is known for. So the first batch of Smooth Criminals, Tumbled in black. We will be coming out with Tumbled in green, just a slight delay on that. We have approximately here S35 PVD blade, a unique random flaming pattern on the handle, and we have a bronze anodized spring with the black clip. This is what we are now referring to as Jake's finish. So on this knife we have S35 Tumbled PVD Tanto blade, and everything on here is Tumbled PVD. So we've gone through and done this peaks and valleys slash hammered sculpting on the handle and spring, and then PVD coated it after and then tumbled it in-house. Full titanium hardware, PVD coated, and the clip is PVD. So you'll see these are straight up PVD as well as the breaker. Those cannot be tumbled, but everything else is. Wickedly cool. Straight up classic silver and blue Marauder-H. A micro Praetorian TS35 Tumbled Terminator, so all tumbled or stone washed, however you refer to it, with a nickel Teflon coated breaker. And then here's a Praetorian tie with the same Jake's finish on it. Again, everything Tumbled PVD except for the hardware, breaker, and clip, which are straight up PVD. Just a bitchin', I mean, very, very cool. I don't think I've seen one yet exactly like this. So very, very unique. And then on the last one here we have a TFF-H that is a tumbled blade, and it's hard to see, it's very subtle, but there's a violet to bronze fade on the handles. And in the shipment today we have a bunch of swag headed Jake's way. So he's done a bunch of t-shirt purchases here. Speak softly and carry a big knife. Is that a Medford in your pocket? Let's see, the flag and the emblem. So, I mean, he's really gone all out. The flag with the logo placed on top of it. We have some baseball caps headed Jake's way. Some with the, this is black on black, ODOD, and kind of a charcoal gray. And we have the MKT USA red, white, and blue on the navy blue. We have a couple beanies which are now back, and I know Jake likes to ski. Those are headed his way. We have a bunch of patches, and we're throwing in some comic books. I hope that eventually we get back into the comic book making, because it really is the beginning to something really very cool. And then a couple of schmogs for Jake. So cool shipment of very interesting knives and swags to boot. Jake, as always, I love Jake. He does a phenomenal job presenting our product, highlighting it. We were just talking last night about all the cool pictures that Jake does.
Yeah.
I love all the pictures he does.
This is one of those.
Oh no, sorry Jake.
Hey Jake, did you already go over the knives? All right, so if you're just here to see the knives and you don't want to hear from the knife maker, now's a good time to hit the stop button and move on in YouTube. If you do want to hear something funny, here it is. So this guy sends a knife in for a chip. Now the chip, what did he say, remember? I was just cutting some...
He said it hit some glass.
Well, he didn't admit that to me.
Yeah, he did.
And you can see, like, it's all abraded down and it's got these big chunks out of it. So I just took it out there and I drove it down through cold rolled steel with a hammer.
That's right, because he said it failed on steel. And?
Oh, it didn't say it failed on steel.
I can't remember.
No, he said he was stripping some wire and it might have touched some wire.
That's right, cable.
And I'm like, it touched some copper wire. And so I just took some cold rolled steel and I took a big wooden, I took a 2x4 and I batoned it down like a ½ inch into the steel.
Okay.
It leaves no marks other than a little burnish mark on the metal from being hammered down into steel. So this is one of those scenarios. I
Time for a
videoed
phone
it,
call?
I hardness test it, now I'm gonna call the guy up and say, okay, well at Rockwell tested 61 and I can drive it down into over 1/4 of an inch of cold rolled steel with a baton. So why don't you really come clean with me right now? Here's your one opportunity, or I'm gonna throw it in a box, disassemble and send it back to you. I probably won't do that, but this annoys the shit out of me. I don't know what happened. Just it chipped. It was cutting paper.
Cutting cable. That's right. I do remember that.
No, he didn't say cable. He said he was stripping plastic off of wire, copper wire. I said, so you're saying the copper wire that is like, doesn't even register on the Rockwell C scale.
Okay.
Got the Rockwell. I'm just.
Well, time to call him.
Yeah, I'm gonna call him. I did a little video too showing him.
Oh boy.
Well, the video's like, hey, here is a knife that copper broke, and now I'm gonna hammer it with this. I take a 2x4 and smash it down into the table, and it doesn't mark the edge. So, you know. Hey, that's what happens sometimes, you guys. I'm like, when someone says your blade failed, I'm like, oh, hold on a second. Let's see what really failed. Kind of interesting.
Yeah.
See what I'm going to do. All right, I'll leave you back to it.
All right. Well, that's it. We covered everything. Jake, hello. A little cameo from Greg. You know Jake, if you don't know him, check out Medford Knife Aficionados on Facebook. He posts a lot of his stuff there. He has an actual brick and mortar store in Prairie, Wisconsin, where they have Pips plows as well. I'm sure they're really busy this time of year. Call him up at 608-213-4869. Get your hands on some cool stuff and get probably some of the best customer service that I've heard of out there right now if someone's selling our product. All right? Take care of it. Take care of business. Get down to it. Keep watching. Until the next time, I'm out.